What is up, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. I know I haven't posted in a while. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to a brand new video. You probably just saw me before this on my 1 year. I actually that video footage has never been posted. It obviously was a lot longer because I was going to make a whole year on post on YouTube, but I never did, so I thought I'd just throw that in there as a reference of kind of where I started ish. Obviously the most changes were in the first year. I made a monthly video that you guys can go back in for 1 month, 2 month, all the way up, and I never finished it at a year. If you read the title and thumbnail of this video, yes, it is 4 years on which is so crazy to even think about, wrap my head around it. But this is going to be kind of a long video. I've gathered some footage, some pictures of what I did look like on that first day. There's probably some pictures and videos kind of throughout my journey, especially in that first year, and throughout you can kind of see all the changes I made physically. I did write some notes on things I wanted to talk about as well in this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. But let's just get into this video, the nitty gritty, what you signed up to watch. I'm excited to share this with you guys. I also posted on my Instagram, so go check out that post, and my TikTok, and all those. I always post for my testosterone anniversary, which it is January 21st, which is the day I'm posting this video. But what's funny is I'm actually filming this on January 18th, and as before I made this video, I was going through more footage I have on my computer, and I found a video I haven't seen for probably 4 years of the day I actually went with my letter to the doctor to see if they would even put me on testosterone. Was January 18th, 2019, and it's ironic that I'm actually filming this video on January 18th. So I thought that was kind of funny. I'll throw that video in too. You can hear me talking about it and kind of see how different my face is and my voice and all of that. But it's crazy to think it's been 4 years that I've been on this journey that's basically never ending, just like life. It never ends until you kick the bucket and you pass away and all that. But let's get into some of the changes. A lot of reasons why I didn't make videos for my 2 year or my 3 year. One, I felt bad I never posted a 1 year on kind of recap video, which I really wanted to do. Life got in the way, COVID happened, just a ton of shit. Now I feel like I'm in a better place in my life now to kind of get back into YouTube, follow my passion, and share more about my transition with you guys. Because just because a lot happens in the first year doesn't mean everything happens in the first year. And so that's what I want to talk about. So as you can kind of see through some of these videos and pictures that I put in here, I don't know if it's the beginning, during this, after, whenever you see them. I'm trying to like go with it, but you can see kind of like my face. And my face used to be a lot rounder, that you can tell. It kind of thinned out. You can kind of see my jawline more, and that continued after 1 year and continued on. I'll throw in some pictures of like 2 year, 3 year, and now 4 year. You can see that my jaw really thinned out. I have like an Adam's apple, which is funny because my dad's like, "Have you always had an Adam's apple?" And it's like, no, I don't exactly know. You don't grow an Adam's apple on teeth. So my theory is it was always there, but my neck and my face was so much rounder that I feel like my face and neck just thinned out, and that's why you can see it. That's why it's more prominent. But it is funny because people are very shocked when they see I have an Adam's apple and that I'm trans. But I mean, I'm not complaining, but not everyone will get that. So if you're watching this and you're about to start T, like, no, everyone's changes are going to be different. Obviously, genetics plays a huge role. That's another thing I want to touch on is hair growth. A lot of people think, like my friends are like, oh, well, you're on testosterone, so of course that's why you got more hair than me and I'm a cis man or whatever. But no, it's actually a huge thing is genetics. My brother, who was born a man and is a man, he does not have as much facial hair as me. He doesn't get, I get a ton of back hair, chest hair. He does not grow like any back hair or anything like that. But my dad, who I obviously got the genetic gene from, he's extremely hairy. He has a lot of chest hair, back hair. So even though my brother and I both have testosterone, we're both men, and even though I went on testosterone, it doesn't necessarily mean if my brother was super hairy and took that gene from my dad, then I, even though I'm on testosterone, wouldn't be as hairy, if that makes sense is what I'm trying to say. So take a look at your parents and how they are, your fathers, and if you have siblings who are also male, if you're transitioning, or female, whatever it is, you can kind of judge by that. Like for me, especially because I came out older and I kind of understood genes and a little bit more how that worked, I had a feeling, because looking at my brother, we're only 19 months apart, and him already have gone through puberty, and he's not very hairy, and knowing my dad's very hairy, before I even started testosterone, I had a feeling that I was going to be prone to be more hairy, if that makes sense. So yes, I am pretty hairy. I've gotten my back waxed maybe like 6 or 7 times already. I just got it waxed, it's already growing back. I shaved my chest and my stomach. Those are dark, which is weird. But like my arm hair is pretty blonde, my leg hair definitely got darker after being on T. It used to be a lot more blonde. Now it's not like black, but it's more like brown, but that doesn't really bother me. You do get hair in other, I have more like butt hair, and like this might be TMI, but like in my butt cheeks too, like that I wasn't necessarily prepared for, so be prepared for that. You're gonna start getting hair in weird places, and again, it also has to do with your genes, if you're prone to be more hairy or not. I am, obviously, as I said, so I do have more of that. My facial hair, that's an interesting one. I started growing facial hair. I started growing back hair way before I started really growing facial hair. My back hair started to show up within like 5 or 6 months of me starting T. My facial hair, I liked having a clean shaven face. This is the longest I've had facial hair. I started probably, I think it was the first year I came out, participating in No Shave November, just to kind of see, and through that I've been able to kind of see how my facial hair has changed over these last 4 years. The first year it barely grew, it was kind of weird. Second year grew a little bit more, and then last year, not like the year we just had, so 2021, man, we're in 2023, crazy. 2021, I definitely grew more. I still am like very patchy here, but it'll grow. I get a lot on my neck, I just cleaned it up, and I'll grow here and a little bit more here, but it's a little patchy in here. But this last 2020 or 2022 was the first year I really like it was thicker, like it looked a lot better. And then I just got a razor to learn how to like trim it up, because I basically did No Shave November, and then I would shave it after. The first 2 years I shaved it like right after. Well, the first year I didn't really have enough, so I wasn't really shaving yet. I think it took me like a year on T before I first like shaved my face. I think about a year, maybe a little less than a year, is when I got a razor and started shaving. It's actually funny, my brother actually was the first one to show me how to shave and kind of did it for me the first time. But then last year I decided to leave it past November to a little bit in December, because my dad had never seen me with facial hair, because I came out after I stopped living at home, so I've lived on my own. So I showed him, which was a shock for him and my grandma, and then my grandma didn't really like it, so I shaved it, and then I basically kept it clean shaven the whole year until end of 2022. I did No Shave November again just to see, and then I decided to keep it because it looked the best it had looked, and plus my girlfriend liked it, so I was like, okay, I'll keep it. I'm here for it, and it kind of makes me look a little older and then I learned how to trim it, and so this is the longest I've had it. It's now January, but I did clean it up like a lot shorter, which I like. I might shave it, I don't know. Anyways, that was a long description of my facial hair, but that's probably the main thing that a lot of people, when they start T, they want facial hair to like show them they're a man and stuff like that. And my manlyhood or whatever, for me, doesn't really correlate with like my facial hair. Like I'm kind of mediocre about it. Like, I like it, I've kept it, but I'm always like here to switch things up. Like, I changed my hairstyle, like things like that. Like, I'm just as much of a man without facial hair as I am with facial hair. So, and again, it goes to genetics. So if you're starting T, you might not even grow facial hair, or you'll grow some, but in some places it might be very patchy. Like, it is what it is, but don't like be like you're less than a man because of it. And also remember, it changes throughout, like being on T is what I'm trying to say. Like, if I base my facial hair off of my first year on T, like, it's not even close to what I can grow now. Like, it's just crazy. You're constantly evolving, just like anyone in real life, constantly evolving. Like, it's a journey, and you gotta just be patient and stay with it if that's who you are. Like, obviously, if you chose the wrong path and you want to detransition, that's one thing. This isn't the video for you. But just be patient and enjoy the journey. Like, it's so cool to me each November to see like how different my facial hair grows in. Like, it's something I look forward to. I think it's really cool, and that's just one of the fun things you have to look forward to, I think, on T. And just your body constantly evolving. Like, I feel like my face shape constantly evolves, just like normal people too. Like, as my brother gets older, his face is gonna change. His, like, obviously it's not as dramatic as somebody who's trans on testosterone, but you know what I mean. So there's that, and then let's see, what else do I gotta talk about? My dose has stayed, for anyone wondering, my dose of testosterone that I take has stayed the same since I started T. I did for a very, very short period of time. For a very short period of time, I did try to change it to weeks, my dosage week to week, because a lot of people do week to week and you don't get as much of like a spike. But for me personally, I ended up going back to my original dosage because it's worked for me. So I did try that briefly, but for me, I started at 1 cc and I injected in my thigh every 2 weeks. So when I did try the weekly, it was the same dosage. I did 0.5 though every week instead of 1 every other week, if that makes sense. But for me to get like the right dosage out of the vial, it was just too inconsistent with week to week, that I just went back to every other week because I really didn't have any issues with it. I will say this last summer I did have one issue with, now that I live in Florida. When I first came out, I lived in Arizona, and they would allow me to buy like up to a 6-month supply of testosterone, which was great. But when I moved to Florida, it's a controlled substance. So for anybody who lives in Florida, who's starting T or is moving to Florida, just to let you know, it is a controlled substance. So they only allow you to have a month's worth of your prescription at a time, which kind of a bummer if you plan ahead, which I normally plan ahead, so it hasn't been an issue. But one time this last year, I've been on testosterone for 3 years. As soon as I started testosterone, if you watched like one of my very first videos of it, my period stopped, which is very common. Your period stops, obviously it's fantastic. For the people who do ask me if I still get a period, I do not get a period, but I do notice sometimes around when my levels are a little bit lower, I will still cramp. Like obviously I still have a uterus, I will still cramp, but no bleeding. I haven't bled. So to preface that, now fast forward, because it's a controlled substance and I travel a lot, it's hard. Sometimes I gotta plan on getting my testosterone before I go on trips and making sure I have enough. And normally I'm pretty good at it, but there was a period of time this summer where basically they were supposed to have it at the pharmacy, they didn't have it, and I went to go pick it up and they couldn't do it and I was leaving out of town the next day, and like at that point I already needed to take it So then I was out of town, so then I had to wait till I got back in town, and I finally took it, but it already had been like a month past, like, since I'd done my last shot. And because of that, even though I still took the shot, like, I had the testosterone, like, in my body or whatever, it wasn't enough for that, like, 4-week period where I didn't. It might have even been a little bit longer, but it was basically like it was like a month to a month and a half I didn't take my shot. And like, physically I still felt fine. There's people that go off testosterone and, like, don't go on it anymore. I know one guy I follow, and he still got facial hair. Like, my voice would, like, you're fine to go off of it, but I will say that period of time when I was off of it, and even though I took the shot, I did actually get my period back for the first time since I started testosterone. So it was like 3.5 years. So that was very interesting to me. Not that I was shocked that it happened, but like I said, I'd been on testosterone 3.5 years, so I wasn't necessarily expecting that. I was hoping it wouldn't happen, but just to let you guys know, if you are starting testosterone and you're happy that your period stopped, and if you ever want to go off of it or stuff like that, your period will come back. I'm obviously not a doctor, so obviously ask your questions to your doctor, but from my personal experience, it will come back just like it never happened, which can be very dysphoric for a lot of people. It was for me. So just throwing that out there. But since then, like I said, I was able to take the shot, went back on track, talked to my doctor, all that, and haven't had my period since, which is great. But just giving you guys a fair warning that it can happen. So just because you think it's gone forever, it could very easily come back. Well, this video is probably already really long, and I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. I could obviously talk for days. I'll probably make other videos too. I know I said that before, but I really do want to be more educational and continue to advocate and talk about my story in the hopes that it helps other people watching. So if you can, subscribe to my channel, like the video. I'm also going to be posting other videos like I used to post. I used to post vlogs. I have travel content that I still haven't posted that I am going to post. And I got a lot of ideas for this year, so please subscribe if you are new. And I'm really hoping this is the year I get top surgery, so that I'm definitely going to document for you guys. I came out almost 5 years ago. I've been on testosterone for 4 years. Financially, it just hasn't added up for me, but fingers crossed, I'm hoping this is my year. I have a plan. As long as I stick to it, I should be able to get it. But I love each and every single one of you guys. Thank you for your endless support and the people that have stuck around. It's crazy, just crazy that it's been 4 years on T. Can't wait for another year, another 4, another 5, 6, 7, 8, and beyond, basically. And go check out my Instagram posts and my TikTok for more videos. I do post more, especially on TikTok, more trans-related videos than these longer form videos. But I hope you guys learned something, maybe learned something about me, maybe it helped you learn something about yourself, maybe you're about to start team, maybe you're also 4 years on testosterone, maybe it's similar. I know I mainly talked about hair growth. I didn't really go into bottom growth, but that's still a thing. And my body composition's changed too. I'll just say that real quick. When I did start testosterone, I did really get into working out. I've always loved fitness, but when I finally felt more myself and was on testosterone, I really started working out at the gym more. So I definitely had built my physique up. You'll kind of see through these pictures. I took pictures of what my body looked pre-transition, like the day I started T. And you can see my arms are just super skinny. My boobs look bigger. I have now worked down my chest, so they're smaller. They're obviously still there, and that's why I want top surgery. But yeah, my body composition's just changed, and I'm proud of how far I've come. It's not all because of testosterone. Obviously, I put my own work into it. Going to the gym, I'm running a half marathon. Like, you gotta put in work too. But yeah, that's just my journey, and I love all you guys. Much love. Thank you for the endless support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, let's get into it. This is just a look back at my life. Basically, here's me as a baby. Here's me a little bit older. And then you'll see me a little bit older. Again, I was like a toddler here. Just wanted to show you kind of a flashback. This is what I looked like about 3 months before I came out as trans.
Alright guys, this is my voice pre-testosterone. Today is going to be my first shot, so let's get it. Alright guys, I know the lighting's bad. I'm in my car currently. I'm out of breath because I'm racing over for my appointment for my first T-shot. It's January 21st, 2019. Super excited. Alrighty guys, it is done. I just did my first T-shot. I don't know if you can see on my leg.
This is the pictures I took my first day on T before I went to go take my T-shot, just so you guys could kind of see and so I could look back and see what my body composition looked like. As you can see, my breasts were a lot like bigger, you would say, than they are now. You can see my arms are very skinny. I kind of have a I don't know how to explain it, like an hourglass. You can kind of see how my hips kind of go in and out.
Hi, my name is Liam Spencer, and this is my voice 1 week on T. Hi, my name is Liam Spencer, and this is my voice 2 weeks on T. Hi, my name is Liam Spencer, and this is my voice 1 month on T. Hi, my name is Liam Spencer, and this is my voice 2 months on T.
Now fast forward, this is about me 3 months on T, so I started working out. You can see my stomach's got some more ab definition. You can see my biceps definitely went up in those 3 months. They're definitely more defined than you saw previously. And then this was about, I don't know, a little bit into probably like 4 or 5 months. And then I went to Hawaii for my 21st birthday. This was about a year since coming out. And then this was my 6 month on T kind of picture. If you look really closely, you could see some hairs on my chin. This was still within my first year in October. Then this was in 2020, probably the spring of 2020, over a year on T. This was fall of 2020. You can see my body composition definitely changed. My boobs don't look as fuller. You can see I have more definition in my abs, my biceps, kind of all over. Then you can see my back definition definitely changed. I don't have any pictures of my back pre-T, but once again, this is in 2020. So this was the end of 2020. This is November of 2020. So about a year, about to hit 2 years on T by this point. This was my 2-year on T picture, as you can see. And then this is going into like my second to third year on T, so this was in 2021. Here are just some pictures I put in here. This was the summer of 2021. It was 22 here. More pictures. I just kind of wanted to show a bunch of different things. This is now in 2022. I don't have a lot of pictures I put in here for 2022, but that's kind of what my body was looking like in the end of 2022. This is also towards the end of 2022, this picture as well. You can see my facial hair a lot in this picture. And then this is recently, this is in 2023. This is just a few days ago. And this is kind of what I'm looking like now. So thank you guys all for who have joined my journey. And that wraps up this video.